Billy Butcher is a character from the show The Boys. He's a figure who stirs up strong feelings. Some adore him, while others can't stand him. Known for his thirst for vengeance and his role as the leader of a gritty group called The Boys, Butcher is ruthless, intelligent, and deeply flawed. His life took a tragic turn when he lost his wife, Becca, to the world of soups, and he holds Homelander responsible for her disappearance. This profound loss became the driving force behind his actions. Once a British Special Forces officer, Butcher is now a vigilante, fueled by grief and anger. He gathers a team of misfits, including Huey, Frenchie, and the female, all with the same goal: to expose and punish the soups who hide behind the shield of Vought. While he has a charisma that can motivate his team, Butcher's also cunning, often pushing them towards harsh decisions. His methods are morally ambiguous. He crosses every line in his quest for revenge, sacrificing friendships and his own morals in the name of justice. But the cost of his war is heavy. To protect his son Ryan and gain the necessary power to confront Homelander, he injects himself with V-drugs like V24 and Compound V. These substances, however, take a toll on him, leaving him with tumors and dark, twisted powers that reflect how vengeance is consuming him from within. Billy Butcher stands as the bloody heart of the boys, a man shattered by love, fueled by hatred, and relentlessly pursuing the demons that might end his life long before Homelander ever could. Huey Campbell is just an average guy whose life turns upside down in a heartbeat when his girlfriend Robin is tragically killed by a superhero known as A-Train. Overwhelmed by grief, he finds himself drawn to Billy Butcher and his group, the Boys. In this unexpected way, Huey becomes the heart and soul of the team and a reluctant hero, standing up for justice in a world tainted by Vaught's so-called heroes. Initially, he's just a clerk at a tech store, still living in his childhood bedroom with his dad. But when the thirst for vengeance awakens in him, he realizes he has skills. He's observant and has a knack for tech, which makes him the boy who knows too much, yet never imagined he'd get dragged into a war against superheroes. Amidst all the chaos, he crosses paths with Starlight, and suddenly love adds a twist to his mission. She helps him see the limits of revenge, becoming his guiding light in a dark world. As he battles his inner demons, he even resorts to using Compound V to fight the soups and protect the people he cares about. However, this newfound power has its price, bringing side effects and moral dilemmas that challenge his sense of self. Fans often view him as the true hero of the boys, stating, "It was pretty clear Huey was the protagonist, even if he's overshadowed by the darker forces around him." Huey Campbell is a reluctant hero, grieving, grounded, and evolving, struggling against his own darkness in a world that seems determined to crush someone as decent as he is. Homelander stands as the premier soup in the universe of the boys, a figurehead leading the Seven, revered as a beacon of hope while concealing a dark and twisted nature beneath that polished exterior. He possesses incredible powers, soaring through the skies, unleashing lethal lasers from his eyes, lifting enormous weights, seeing through solid walls, and shrugging off bullets like they're nothing. Physically invincible and masterfully crafted for public adoration, he projects an image of pure patriotism. Yet behind the charming side lies a creature born from a lab, devoid of genuine love, raised to idolize himself. In the world, he displays undeniable charisma, but beneath the surface lurks a relentless cruelty. Homelander desperately yearns for admiration, yet he trusts no one. A monarch ruling through fear rather than love. His actions are horrifying. He assaults Becca, Butcher's wife, fathering a child named Ryan, and left her fate entangled in a web of deceit and illusions. His transformation from hero to tyrant escalates dramatically when he murders the vice president of Vought, seizing control of the company. While putting on grand public displays, he secretly sows chaos behind the scenes. Critics argue that Homelander embodies more than just a villain. He serves as a political symbol of fascist populism, a stark warning about the perils of unchecked power. His most grotesque act? He fired lasers into a protester's skull, and shockingly, the crowd erupted in cheers. In reality, Homelander is a superhero in name only, a so-called god who governs through brutality, reflecting our darkest instincts. He is the enemy that many believe they adore. Annie January, known as Starlight, embodies the girl next door who possesses extraordinary powers. As the protector of Des Moines, she has always dreamed of saving the world, and she truly means it. Her dream comes true when she joins the Seven, but what begins as a fantasy quickly spirals into a nightmare. She faces coercion, objectification, and assault, uncovering the harsh realities lurking behind the shiny facade she once admired. This disillusionment leads her to resign and take on the role of a double agent, battling Vought from within. Starlight's powers include manipulating light and absorbing electricity. She can unleash blinding photonic blasts, soar short distances, withstand bullets, recover rapidly, and hold her own against formidable opponents. Though she is idealistic and sincere, never cynical, she grows tougher as she navigates the unfolding horrors. Confronting corruption and misogyny head-on, she strives to maintain her moral compass, even as she becomes a weapon for sensational headlines. In Season 4, her deeply personal abortion is weaponized by Vought. Splashing across television screens, refusing to be silent, she fights back fiercely, and the writer sees this moment to spark vital conversations about women's bodies within the genre. Starlight shines as the light we desperately need in his dark world, broken yet brave, and determined to define her truth against a corrupt system. Michael, Mother's Milk, often referred to as MM, stands as the solid core of the group. He's street smart, collected in the face of crisis, and serves as the moral and tactical backbone for the team. Not one to seek the spotlight, his strength is undeniable. His upbringing was shadowed by tragedy. His grandfather was taken by a superhero, and his father was crushed in the relentless fight for justice. This deep-seated grief fuels MM's relentless battle against Vought. It's his pain that silently drives every strategy he devises. A former Marine and Army corpsman turned vigilante, MM brings order to chaos. He excels as both an investigator and a fighter, skilled in combat and medicine, and plays a crucial role in keeping the team, from Butcher to Huey, from tearing each other apart. While in the comics, MM was born with compound V in his veins, earning his nickname from his reliance on his mother's V-infused milk. In the show, he's portrayed as human, yet he remains the moral compass, always reminding his friends of their purpose. In Season 4, he appears different, slimmer, and more polished, embodying his expanded leadership role and military background as a CIA agent. Juggling fatherhood and the fight against superheroes, MM is like grief forged into steel, loyal to a fault, striving to protect his chosen family in a world where heroes often cause more harm than good. Frenchie is the fixer, the heart, and the brain of the boys. He's not just your average guy. He's a former bank robber, hitman, chemist, and bomb maker, all wrapped up in one chaotic package. His set of skills makes him essential to Butcher's war. Impulsive and fiercely loyal, he's a jack of all trades with a conscience. His hands can either disable bombs or create deadly weapons, while his mind is always focused on survival and seeking redemption. You could say he's haunted. He bears the weight of guilt from a violent past, yet he finds meaning in saving Kimiko. She's mute, broken, and he's the only one who can reach her. The bond that develops between them is raw, healing, complicated, and transformative. Frenchie is the type of hero who never wanted to be a hero. He resists the role, yet he's the one who keeps everything together, balancing trauma with hope, blood with mercy. He stands as the improvised soul of the boys. Like a ticking bomb in human form, he chooses to use his chaos to protect rather than destroy. Kimiko Miyashiro, often referred to simply as the female, embodies the quiet storm at the core of the boys. She rises as a strikingly fierce protector, shaped by unimaginable hardships. Once a captive turned into a superpowered weapon, she's brought back to life by the boys, and transformed into their strongest ally and the most human part of their group. Her backstory is harrowing. Abducted and subjected to experiments by a terrorist organization, she lost her parents to violence, with compound V running through her veins. In the process, she lost her voice, communicating solely through sign language that she shares with her brother, Kenji, and later with Frenchie, who serves as her emotional anchor. On the battlefield, she's a force to be reckoned with superhuman speed, reflexes, strength, and a healing ability that feels almost supernatural. No injury can truly hold her back. Bullets, broken bones, even a snapped neck, all fail to keep her down. Her enemy not only dreaded her for her strength, but also for the fury she can unleash. Yet beneath the surface of her ferocity lies a fragile heart. Her anger is tempered in private, accompanied by deep-seated grief and loyalty. Her connection with Frenchie softens her sharper edges, guiding her towards a path that goes beyond mere revenge. When she regains her powers in Season 3, it's not just strength she retrieves, It's a part of her identity she feared was lost forever. Then in season 4, when she finally finds her voice again, screaming "no" to protect someone, it serves as a heartbreaking reminder that she is so much more than her suffering. Kimiko stands as a living testament to raw resilience, mute but expressive, fractured yet unyielding, proving that even unspoken trauma can still lead to acts of bravery. Queen Maeve is a seasoned superhero, once celebrated as the ironclad warrior and an unwilling feminist symbol of the Seven. Now she's become a disillusioned shadow of the hero she once was. Maeve gained notoriety through her super strength, ability to fly, and incredible durability. Only Homelander surpassed her in power. Vaughn showcased her as a shining emblem of strength and elegance, but her hopeful ideas crumbled under the heavy burden of abuse, corruption, and deceit. As she quietly observes the chaos within her team and the world around her, Maeve prioritizes self-preservation, steering clear of conflict. However, everything changes when Starlight meets her gaze, offering a glimmer of redemption. Maeve tentatively allies herself with the boys, bravely standing against Stormfront's venomous hatred. In her fight, she sacrifices her own power, endures tremendous violence, and even loses an eye, all to help thwart Soldier Boy and protect those in danger. Her journey encapsulates trauma in motion, transforming invisible strength into visible bravery. She isn't the villain many expect, nor is she the hero she once aspired to be. Queen Maeve embodies a kind of brokenness that enables her to stand tall, while so many others fall. A-Train is the ultimate speedster of the superhero scene, a man who opens his eyes to headlines, dashes past ethics, and blurs the lines between an extraordinary athlete and a fallen star. He's impulsive, incredibly fast, and fiercely determined to keep that edge, even if it costs him everything. Driven by a craving for fame that stemmed from his impoverished upbringing, A-Train turned into Compound V, not to rescue lives, but to secure his place among the Seven. His dependency transformed him into a danger, not just quick, but lethal, until he tragically ran through Robin, Huey's girlfriend, shattering the fabric of normalcy. Instead of mourning, he manufactured an apology for the cameras, a mere public relations tactic. From that moment, his life spiraled downhill. Vaughn replaced him with Shockwave, and he suffered a heart attack, the burden of his guilt manifesting physically. They revived him with a Blue Hawk heart, but the scars remained. A glimmer of redemption appeared when he revealed Stormfront's true nature to Starlight and the others, yet he still wasn't a hero. His loyalties shifted as quickly as the next big payday. He eliminated a Popclaw to safeguard his career, betrayed his friends, and fled when the pressure mounted. Beneath the flashy suit and the lure of speed, there lies a broken man striving to find his way back home. When he finally confronted hatred, saving a life while keeping his brother in mind, it marked the closest he ever came to embodying the title of the fastest man deserving of that name. The Deep is the awkward aquatic superhero from The Boys. He dons a diving suit, giving off the vibes that he's always ready for a vacation. But beneath the surface, he's struggling with insecurity and desperation. Famous worldwide for his ability to breathe underwater, converse with sea life, and show off in front of the camera, he hides a fragile self beneath it all. When he joins the Seven, he quickly becomes the butt of the joke, ridiculed by other superheroes who see him as a laughingstock. His status is shaky. He lies about his significance and faces humiliation when Starlight reveals him as second-rate. In his quest for recognition, he resorts to manipulating and even publicly apologizes after being involved in scandals. The Deep's downward spiral takes us through some of Vought's strangest plots. He's shamed, bullied, and even exiled to Ohio, where he undergoes brutal experiences. In an attempt to salvage his reputation, he turns to the Church of the Collective. Guided by strange visions of his gills, he briefly finds a glimmer of hope and public redemption, only to be yanked back under the control of the ruthless Homelander. His story culminates in one of the most grotesque and unsettling moments of the show. The Deep performs a literal lobotomy as a form of foreplay with Sister Sage. This outrageous scene was so intense that even the actor nearly had a panic attack while filming, highlighting how his character stereotypes mix into a blend of tragedy, absurdity, and disturbingly dark humor. The Deep is more than just a fish guy. He serves as a cautionary tale about fame, self-loathing, and the lengths ones might go to just be noticed, even by those who already look down on you. Black Noir is the silent, shadowy assassin from The Boys, a character wrapped in enigma and deadly efficiency. He stands as the masked ninja of the Seven, equipped with superhuman strength, rapid healing, and impressive martial arts skills. Yet it's a scarce dialogue and quiet demeanor that makes him even more frightening than a scream. Throughout the series, we learn that he's actually a character named Irving, a soup with brain damage whose history includes being part of the group Payback, and a faithful mission with Superboy that left him both scarred and unable to speak. His trauma transformed him into a ruthless enforcer for Vought, showing unwavering loyalties while grappling with haunting visions of pizza chain mascots. This unsettling innocence makes him both tragic and chilling. Ultimately, his secret knowledge about Superboy's ties to Homelander leads to his downfall, culminating in Homelander himself killing Noir, shattering the silence he maintained for so long. However, Season 4 takes a surprising turn. Black Noir returns. Kind of. Vought has replaced the fallen assassin with an actor in the suit. This new Noir is insecure, talks too much when alone, and struggles to find his place amidst the corruption. Quite different from the icy enigma we once knew. There's even speculation about him dozing off during missions, a narcoleptic figure behind the mask. So, Black Noir exists as both a myth and a mask, a ghost in black who once embodied fear, and now, a frightened actor trying to play that ghost. His transformation leaves us pondering how much of a soup remains when the mask comes off. Victoria Newman presents herself as the ideal anti-superhero politician. She's smart, composed, and has made the leap from congresswoman to vice president-elect. Having even founded the Federal Bureau that oversees superheroes, she seems like the solution to the chaos created by Vought. But then the twist hits hard. She's not just a politician, she's secretly a superhero too, and a ruthless one at that. Known as the Head Popper, she possesses the terrifying ability to make heads explode at will, thanks to her hemokinesis. Raised in a Vought-run orphanage and adopted by Stan Edgar, she was strategically placed in power to keep an eye on potential threats while eliminating them. Newman masterfully plays both sides. Publicly, she works to rein in the superheroes, while privately, she takes out anyone who dares to get in her way. Her ambition blinds her to the complexities of her alliances. When Homelander exposes her true identity on live television, her carefully crafted facade begins to shatter. However, pragmatism takes over. She hastily seeks an uneasy truce with Huey, reaching out for his help to protect her daughter and to ensure her own survival. But then Butcher finds her, leading to one of the most brutal and shocking moments of the show. He tears her apart using Compound V-powered tendrils, killing her without hesitation, even with her daughter watching. Victoria Newman embodies both power and betrayal, serving as a chilling reflection of our darkest political fears. Soldier Boy is the original soup. Once hailed as America's hero, he now stands as a bitter reminder of a past era. Ben, known as Soldier Boy, was Vought's first superpowered soldier, brought to life during World War II through Compound V injections. He led a team called Payback, was part of Cold War propaganda, and was believed to be dead, until the boys accidentally freed him while searching for the superweapon BCL Red. Instead of a savior, they found a cruel, egotistical man hardened by years of betrayal and experimentation. Reddit boasts of his power: superhuman strength, speed, durability, healing, slowed aging, and a new mutated ability, an energy beam from his chest that can nullify other Soup's powers, making him the only one who can stand up to Homelander. Yet beneath that bravado lies deep emotional damage. Abandoned by his own team and tortured by Vought, he is frozen in time, both physically and mentally. His return uncovers long-hidden secrets. Homelander is his son. The patriarchal figure he thought he represented crumbled into a fragile shell of desperation. Fans quickly both captivated by this character. Soldier Boy introduced brutal humor and raw unpredictability back into the series. His twisted sense of right and wrong, coupled with his flawed heroism, reminds us that nostalgia can often be a weapon in itself. But wait, there's more. The upcoming prequel, Vought Rising, promises to explore his origins, how a superhero turned into a symbol of American excess and ultimately became a haunting ghost of what a hero should be. Soldier Boy embodies the myth made flesh, scarred by time, reckless with power, and undone by his legacy. Sister Sage stands as the brilliant mind in a world that has lost its sanity. Quite simply, she's the smartest individual on the planet. Recruited by Homelander, she serves as both his confidant and strategic genius, the unseen force behind an impending Soup takeover. A misanthropic prodigy, her journey has taken her from a Vox-run orphanage to the highest level of power. With abilities like hypercognition and regenerative healing, her vision is cold and calculated, viewing soup supremacy as the ultimate goal. To her, humanity is expendable. Chaos is a tool, and worship is crucial for maintaining control. Her plan is audacious: ignite civil unrest and watch society self-destruct, only for the Seven to emerge as the saviors. She's the mastermind, always lurking in the shadows and several steps ahead of everyone else. Then came the infamous lobotomy scene, a grotesque escape from the relentless weight of her own brilliance. In a shocking twist, she asks the Deep to perform a literal lobotomy as a form of foreplay, just to enjoy a brief escape from her overwhelming intellect. This moment left viewers stunned, pushed the boundaries of what the show dared to portray. Ultimately, when Homelander betrays her, it's a silent act of treachery. Her exit resonates with both defiance and sorrow. It serves as a poignant reminder that unmatched intelligence can be as perilous for its possessor as it is for the world. Sister Sage embodies a weaponized brilliance, caught in a web of her own making, clever, cruel, and chillingly human. Firecracker, whose real name is Misty Tucker Gray, burst onto the scene in Season 4 of The Boys as the edgy alt-right super. She's flashy, guns in hands, and full of wild conspiracy theories. Once a self-proclaimed exhibitionist, she takes on the role of a secondary antagonist fueled by a deeply personal vendetta. Back in her childhood, she was known as Sparkler and shared the superhero propaganda stage with Starlight. However, a vicious rumor spread by Starlight destroyed her reputation, and the wounds from that betrayal never healed. Now, Firecracker channels her pain into a relentless pursuit of success and revenge, leading alt-soup movements and clawing her way into the Seven alongside some shady characters. For her, vengeance isn't just a personal matter. It's her brand, her mission, her entire platform. Firecracker's abilities are straightforward. She generates electricity from her fingertips, but the real harm comes from her toxic words. She's transformed from a right-winged influencer into a super, turning outrage and spectacle into her weapons of choice. Her hunger for the spotlight and approval from Homelander runs deep, as she distorts patriotism into a hateful performance. Firecracker's journey straddles the line between chaos and exaggeration. She serves as both a cutting satire and a warning, a representation of power devoid of morality, propelled by personal grudges and radical beliefs. In a world of spectacle, Firecracker radiates a brand of hate that cuts deeper than any weapon. She's more than just her spark jets. She's a dangerous blend of showmanship and malice.